Good morning and welcome to Morning Moments. I usually do Morning Moments with a virtual interview from Zoom, but I'm actually on site with Erik Estrada. You've known him from television and from movies, but I've asked him to come and just tell me what's in his heart. Tell him what do you do and why do you do it?
Well, number one, I like people. I've always did. The first job I had, I was 5 years old. Me and my grandfather used to sell snow cones in Spanish Harlem when I was a kid. So I was always exposed to people from a young age. And then I've always maintained a job after school from K to 12. And so I like people, but I like people even more that are, well, I like people that can relate to God, you know? I find it easy to be with them, to talk with them, to listen, you know. So I like the Kasaji brothers.
Yeah.
I know them for like 30 years, some odd years. I know them parents and the whole thing. And at one point, years later, I made a promise to the mother that if the boys ever would call me to do anything for them, if I was available, I would be there. And, you know, I'm keeping that promise. They are really, really real. And they really walk with the man. You know, they walk the talk and that whole business. And also I'm a big thing. I got a big thing for children.
Yeah.
Because I was a child and I know what I missed in my life when I got older. I'm in my 70s now, and I got older and I realized the stuff that I didn't have that I wish I had had, you know, like the guidance of a father. So my role model was a police officer that my mother dated. That's why I have this infinity love for cops and law enforcement.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm a deputy sheriff today in Frederick County, Virginia. Before that, I was 8 years in Bedford County, Virginia. And before that, I was 3 years in Muncie, Indiana as a patrolman. So I'm fulfilling my dream. I was going to be near a cop before I became an actor, but chasing a girl into a drama club thing. I got bit by the acting bug, and the police thing took a back seat for 40 years. But I got to play a police officer on television, which a lot of cops come to me and say, I'm a cop because I enjoyed the show, and I'm a motor today because of you, and da, 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 da. And so there you have it. It's like the circle. It's just beautiful. But I do what I do because it makes me happy and I like people. So it's easy to, you know, communicate, to relate, to help, you know. And when you do something good for someone you just met running through the airport or whatever for a moment, and they go, God, what a pleasure. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
You know, that's a good vibe. That's good energy.
There are a lot of people out there that said, well, God can't love me. You don't know what I've done.
Oh, no.
What could you tell them about God's love and how God reaches no matter where you've been and what you've done?
I've realized that I've done stuff, you know, come on. And God forgives you. I mean, he doesn't take you from that. He takes you from what you want now and who you want to really be and who you really are. You may not even realize it, but he knows already. He's just waiting for you to tap it and say, yeah, here I am. You know, I am sorry, but here I am. Help me. Use me.
God's looking for our availability, not just our ability, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And he will use you. He's used me a lot. And even still, I always say, come on, God, give me a sign, tap me on the shoulder so that I know, you know, but everybody thinks that way. He will use you if you ask him to use you. You know, he will help you and he will save you. And the things that you feel that you didn't have and you wish you had, and it would have helped you maybe get through life, maybe have the battles they took on in Hollywood. If I had a dad that I could go to and say, hey,
Yeah.
food for thought, please. I got to fight about this contract with this. And he would give me food for thought. I didn't have that growing up. I had to learn like this.
Yeah.
And that's not the right way all the time, you know. This is for defense. It shouldn't be for learning lessons,
Yeah.
you know. So, but he'll use you, and he's using me, obviously. My first acting thing was a movie called The Cross and the Switchblade.
One of your best stuff. Huh?
I was 19, it was my
Yes.
first. And then since then, I've done some other faith-based movies like Virtuous, Uncommon, Finding Faith, about a case that we really had in Virginia about a girl taken off the internet. And so that's why I got involved, to educate children about the dangers of the internet.
Yeah.
Because these guys will groom you.
Yes.
And as you tell them, if you're on the internet and they ask you your age, and if you are underage and you give that age, if they don't sign off, it's just a matter of time before they cross the line.
Yeah.
On the internet.
Well, thank you so much for sharing. And there's something else I'd like to share just before we say goodbye. Erik's got a heart for children, and I hope you've noticed that. God's got some great and wonderful things for him in the future with children. And I want my audience not only to keep an eye on all that foundation and things that he's going to be in the future, but when you think of Chips, when you think of police, when you think of Erik, I want you to take time and pray for him, because there's battles ahead for what he's doing. And I wish we should pray that God would continue to bless and move him wherever he goes. Thank you for joining us today for
Thank
Morning
you.
Moments.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, and keep coming back.